Guys, today I have reached the pinnacle of the HPI Savage line. I have myself a Truckzilla, and I have myself a big twin Truckzilla. And I got Barney because I like purple. He looks a little dirty, but listen, that Barney's literally 28 years old. But let's go through what an actual twin Truckzilla is, because we already know what a Truckzilla is. What this kit gave you is the twin 26 hot bodies engine with the manifolds, tune pipes, engine mounts, the long chassis, the big tires, so the big rims, the heavy-duty dog bones, the big wheels, the longer rear dog bone, and complete clutch units and assemblies. And all you needed was a Savage 25 or a 21. Well, check out that pipe. Wait a minute, I just need another one. Your Truckzilla came out in 04. By 05, you got the big twin, and then they came out with a Sport. The Sport was the chassis, the dog bones, and the wheels, but you did not get the engine. I've yet that's another one I want to try to find is a Sport kit, but kind of cool what we got. But talking about cool, ain't nothing cooler than Barney sitting on a Jumbo Kong. Because, dude, you look good. You may be the devil, but I love you. If you're wanting Barney's significance, purple. Lots and lots of purple. That's what Barney's all about. So I picked this thing up off of eBay a couple weeks ago. Paid a lot of money for it, and I'll tell you what, it was truly a disaster. The heads were all scratched up, the couplers were wrong, he kept the radio cover, he kept the switch, he kept a bunch of stuff, he kept the transmitter, which I didn't really care about, but you know, I'm paying for it. But the coolest part about this car, besides the fact you got the engine mounts and the chassis rails, which were different than the Truckzilla because now you're sticking out through the sides, was this fuel tank. This fuel tank kind of goes behind the engines, and then it goes under the chassis, and the drive shaft kind of goes right through the bottom of it. Not through it, but there's a cutout. But the coolest thing is you're wondering, if I got twin engines and one gas tank, if one engine stalls, aren't I just going to pump air into it and flood that engine that's not running? Not really, because it's technically two fuel tanks. They're completely separate. But beyond that, it's got a wheelie bar that it shouldn't have on there, but I left it on because it's cool. I kind of went through the entire thing. I rebuilt the diffs. I put 4-gear diffs in the thing. Cleaned up the dog bones, had a little bit of rust on them, but guys, this thing came out kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. I do like. Now that it's done. A couple things I did do is I replaced the radio box. The guy did eventually send me the cover and the switch, but I put a new switch in it, radio box. I did a 40 kg Amazon servo for the steering, a 25 for the throttle. Using Traxxas air filters on there because that's pretty much all that's going to fit. The linkage was janky as hell because you got to have, it's kind of set up like the Creighton where you're opening the throttles, when you're hitting the brake, you're just on the springs. Flushed out the tanks. I put new clutch shoes and springs, clutch bearings in it, replaced the couplers with actual purple couplers, replaced the blue fuel line with purple fuel line, and beyond that, guys, that was pretty much it. Oh, all new bearings on all the axles because they were just destroyed. But this thing is just gorgeous. And I'm sure you guys are wondering if this thing actually runs. Well, it should. I guess we'll find out, huh? I'm not gonna lie to you, full disclosure, I was kind of bench tuning this thing halfway through this video, and something kind of weird happened. By weird, the transmission's locked up. It goes good on the one way, something exploded, and trust me, it's not the brake. So what I'm gonna wind up doing is I'm gonna go ahead and pop this transmission out of here, and I think we're gonna be okay on this one. I think we're gonna be okay. So guys, what do you think about that body? That's just another HPI GT2 body I painted up in Barney purple. The same body as I did in the Truckzilla. But listen guys, the next video is going to be pulling this transmission out, putting a new one in, taking this one apart and find out what happened. I know that Harold's RC Nitro World is having a very similar problem. He actually asked me for a transmission, but I told him I still got some more projects going on. But listen guys, next video up is going to be this thing back apart.